like children like to brag about everything. Oh yeah, I didn't eat for blah 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 for so many days with my parents, and then a teacher gets a whisper of that and they don't understand it, and then they're like, what do you mean? Your parents didn't feed you? And they're like, yeah, no. And obviously they know how to spin their words, and it will make a situation way worse than it actually is. So trying to battle that in court, knowing that you don't really own your child because the government owns your children.
So African countries start your own society community.
I mean, when you start your own system and your own, and you got your own.
Yo, I would give advice for that when we're in Africa together and we're living in our own community where there's no government. We're the government.
That's gonna run.
I know. All right, so baby's fasting. Baby CMOS.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, all right. This is a good one. Formula milk. Some women, for whatever reason, they're not able to produce milk, whether it's trauma, whether it's surgery, whether they've got a poor diet. Cook their babies on formula. What can alternative to
To be honest, obviously my wife is the queen of this type of knowledge and information. But from what we've learned, it's only 3% of the female population of within the studies that they've conducted that can't breastfeed. 3%. That's very small. A lot of women struggle from, of course, okay, so you have physical stress on the body, which you can have through breast implants and operations. You have poor diets, which can slow down and make it difficult for women to breastfeed. But a lot of people are not taught about breastfeeding and how the body works. I've known for people to not breastfeed is because they feel like they're not producing enough milk when their body's actually producing colostrum, which is the thicker kind of milk at the beginning. And it's just like, hold on, the child's going to be on that for a little minute. The child's going to be on that for a minute. That's not the milk yet. And people go, no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And they jump off it. Obviously, I've had lots of consultations, or both of us had consultations with couples that's gone through this. And then there's people that's gone through, started breastfeeding and realized how difficult it is. And then said, okay, well, I'm just going to stop. I've tried for 2 weeks and it hurts, it's painful, and I don't want to do it. Some people give up after 2 months. I'm not going to lie. Until Lacine started breastfeeding, I did not know that breastfeeding could be difficult. I didn't know that it could be painful. I didn't know it can rupture the nipple and cause it to bleed. I didn't know these things can happen. So a lot of women are going through these things, and once that happens, they just throw their hands up in the air.
So, but then, I mean, before formula, that's all you had, baby.
Before formula, well, it depends on which country you're talking about. It's because if you think about countries which they classify as primitive, these primitive people live in communities where
women
in situations where there's women that can provide milk for your child, they would.
Because I've heard of not even I've heard, I know women who a woman had a daughter. The woman was killed, and the
woman was able to produce milk for the daughter. She wasn't even pregnant or related to the girl.
No. Her mom started producing milk. Her daughter was killed, and she started producing milk for her granddaughter, and she adopted her granddaughter. But she just started producing milk, like.
That's microbiome communication. Just because essentially that's what you're feeling. So when me and you are together, our microbiome's in communication with each other. When I'm with my daughter, same thing. So that's why it's even more important to be around people that are vibrating on the same frequency as you.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
women that aren't pregnant, that can start looking after a baby, when a baby's in true need of milk, that woman will be able to produce milk for that child if that child was adopted.
So that's why women's cycles harmonize, because of microbiome communication as well.
Microbiome communication.
Okay. So what if you are being plant-based and you're water fasting, but your partner is still eating meat and trash, and you're still having sex with them? That's going to affect your microbiome.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is why it's important to not always eat indoors. It's important to eat outdoors. It's important to have your feet in the ground. It's important to eat within nature.
Okay. So your microbiome communicate.
Yeah, it's because your bacteria is communicating with other bacteria that's in the world. This is why it's essential for people that's never visited their homeland to go back home and visit, put their feet on the ground and let the microbiome know that they're home.
Mm. Okay. Is she lining up stuff?
What's that?
Is she lining up stuff? Is she putting him in a line? Is she past that now?
She's packing these fake fruits into her bag because she's ready to go places.
Oh, okay. So how do people get involved with you group water fast? When is your next one?
I'm doing another water fast on the 1st of May. I'm closing the group 5 days prior to it. So I think on the 26th of April, I'm going to close the group. So people can come onto my page, find my email address on my last post, or find my email address from my homepage, email me, and then I would send them all of the details regarding the water fast, how it works, when it's going to start, when it's going to end, and that's it.
Okay. First of May for 7 days.
This one's going to be a 5-day water fast because this is just a cleanse to boost the immune system.
Because, now there's information coming out saying that immune system, boosting your immune system doesn't help with the current climate or system of disease. Prevent said disease. Let's not name it. It's alive yet. But what would you say is important?
When it comes to water fasting, your body basically, if you think of your body as like a boat, a sinking ship, it starts to dump waste from it to prevent it from sinking. So anything that it doesn't need, any superfluous tissues, dead cells, mutant cells, viruses, bacteria overgrowth, or foreign bacteria. Oh, I got you, babe. See that? Your body eliminates it from all of this type of waste. Hence the reason why when people do a water fast, some of the symptoms are similar to having a cold and a flu at the same time.
Okay.
Outside of them feels cold, their body temperature rises. This goes back to medication again. So what happens is your body temperature will rise and it will reach to a substantial temperature. I'm going to put you down on the floor, yeah?
No, no. No.
Do you know what type of skills I have to do to prevent your face from being on this right now? Can you just allow it?
Oh, baby. I miss you. I miss you too.
Well, look. Did you hear that?
I miss you too.
With one hand on her hip. So yeah, what happens is your body temperature rises. It's because it knows that it's a certain temperature that viruses can't withstand. And at the same time, it would cause your pores to open so your body can start sweating. But it would be cool sweat to keep the outside of your body cool so that you don't overheat. And that's what people are going through whenever they're dealing with these type of viruses, because our body produces these viruses and it secretes them from our cells. Now, when you go to a doctor, they prescribe you for medicine, and that medication is going to prevent you or your body for your body temperature from going any higher, but it's actually going to reduce the body temperature, which would mean that the virus that's within you would stay in your system for a longer period of time. See, the thing is with the medicine is that they regard anything that your body does to heal you, they will classify as your body attacking you. And with that mindset, or that concept, they believe that everything that your body's going through is a problem, rather than a stage of healing. It's because medication blocks the nucleus, which is the brain of the cell, from functioning in
Bring him back. It was just lagging out. Yo, comment or request so I can find you to come back. Coop! I am there. What happened? Did your phone dead? Koopa. There he is. Yo, what you saying?
Yeah, I was saying that medicine blocks the nucleus from performing the action the action needed to prevent the body from falling into a particular illness, into a sick-like state. And symptoms that we have when we're sick are mere signals of a problem. So if you're feeling pain in a particular area, you're taking a medication to block you from feeling that pain. So you're stopping yourself from being able to send a signal from the area in which you feel pain to your brain and back down. So people can take this medication, live their life in pain without actually feeling it. So this is the reason why people would stay on medication for 10 years, 15 years. And actually the amount of medication they're taking will increase, because every chemical reaction in the body every chemical action in the body has a reaction to it. So eventually what you're doing is all the cells that's membrane that's not functioning the way that it's supposed to is causing adverse effects on the human body, like constipation or diarrhea or memory loss. And then you're taking medication to prevent that from happening. So it's just a vicious cycle that keeps going round and round and round and round, instead of actually getting to the root cause of it in the first place.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is that when you're taking medication, you are stopping your body and the brains of your cells knowing how to deal with what's going on. So you're stopping your brain. You're basically stopping your cellular brains from thinking.
Exactly. So now they're disabled. The question is, however long you're taking this medication, determine how long they stay disabled for. So, for instance, antibiotics. Antibiotics is dangerous. It's because it wipes out the good and bad bacteria that we have in our body. But the problem with it is that a 5-day course of antibiotics
Shaka hates Arabs and Muslims. Why don't you come live so you can speak to me? Or I'm just going to kick you out of the page. How about that? People are saying fix your Wi-Fi. Tell Lacey to stop streaming. And waiting for this guy, if he doesn't come live or she doesn't come live, saying that I hate Arabs and Muslims. Go on and speak on it. Why do I hate Arabs and Muslims? Yo, don't be quiet now. Yo. Where's Coop? Has he fixed his Wi-Fi? That person's going to comment again. I'm going to kick them. Yo, Coop, comment, because now it's not letting me even press the button to bring people. Oh, there it is. Come the man. Sorry,
Yeah.
your Wi-Fi was silent. You were so blurred. You was going,
How is it now?
It's cool. Everything's good. Nah, it's flagging again. All right,
How is it now? Yeah.
better stay there. Let's finish out the point. So
Go on.
same.
What was I talking about?
You was talking about intracellular processes, your brain, the cellular brain not being able to work properly anymore.
Yeah, no, last thing I was talking about was what antibiotics does to the gut and the diversity of the gut, and how a 5 to 7 day course